Hello, dear aspirants, and welcome to Civil Staff. Guys, we're back with another session for UPSC Prelims 2021 for English. Guys, if you're live, just give me a thumbs up in the chat box. And guys, before we begin, I would like to inform you about the special offers that we've launched on our crash course and test series. We are offering 50% off on this price, and the code, the coupon code is UPSC 50. So if you're preparing for UPSC, these test series or this crash course will definitely prove to be very, very helpful for your preparation, guys. All right, guys. So let's begin the session today. So first of all, let's discuss the homework passage that I gave you last week. Now, many of you, I don't know, tried or not, but let's try to solve it today. So let's read the questions first. There were 3 questions. According to the passage, which of the following would help in mitigation of greenhouse gases? Obviously, we can understand the passage is about the effects of greenhouse gases on the environment around us, right? Then why do we continue to depend on fossil fuels heavily? Why is the reason we still depend on fossil fuels heavily? We have to find the reason for that. And third is, how does the mitigation of greenhouse gases help us, right? Guys, now we know what do we have to look for. Let's read the passage now. So here's the passage. It is essential that we mitigate the emissions of greenhouse gases and thus avoid some of the worst impacts of the climate change that would take place in the coming years and decades. Mitigation would require a major shift in the way we produce and consume energy, a shift away from overwhelming dependence on fossil fuels is now long overdue, but unfortunately technological development has been slow and inadequate, largely because of government policies have not promoted investments in research and development, myopically as a result of relatively low prices of oil. It is now therefore imperative for a country like India, treating the opportunity of harnessing renewable energy on a large scale as a national imperative. Now, this country is extremely well endowed with solar, wind, and biomass sources of energy. So they're saying we have a lot of renewable sources of energy available to us. Where we have lagged, unfortunately, is in our ability to develop and to create technological solutions for harnessing these resources. Right. So that is the biggest reason of not able to mitigate using fossil fuels. Let's read further, guys. One particular trajectory for carrying out stringent mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions assessed by the Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change (IPCC) clearly shows that the need for ensuring that global emissions of greenhouse gases peak no later than 2015 and reduce rapidly thereafter. The cost associated with such a trajectory is truly modest and would amount, in estimation of IPCC, to not more than 3% of the global GDP in 2030. In other words, the level of prosperity that the world would have reached without mitigation would at worst be postponed by a few months or a year at the most. This is clearly not a very high price to pay for protecting hundreds of millions of people from the worst risk associated with climate change. Any such effort, however, would require lifestyles to change appropriately as well. Very well said. Next, guys, mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions is not a mere technological fix and clearly requires changes in lifestyles and transformation of a country's economic structure, whereby effective reduction in emissions is brought about, such as through the consumption of much lower quantities of animal protein. The Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) has determined that the emissions from the livestock sector amount to 18% of the total emissions. So that's a huge amount. The reduction of emissions from this sources are entirely in the hands of human beings who have never questioned the impacts of their dietary habits of consuming more and more animal protein and are bringing about. Mitigation overall has huge co-benefits such as lower air pollution, health benefits, higher energy security, and greater employment. Right, very well said. Afternoon, Upendra. So let's now try to answer the passage, guys. So which of the following would help in mitigation of greenhouse gases? Reduction of consumption of meat, rapid economic liberalization, reducing the consumerism, and modern management practices of livestock. Yes, guys. So whatever has been given in the passage, you have to find your answer on the basis of that. Now we can clearly see reduction of consumption of meat that is given in this paragraph, that is given above, and reducing the consumerism. These 2 points are valid. Now the question is, rapid economic liberalization, would that help in mitigation of greenhouse gases or modern management practices of livestock? Good afternoon, Lakshmi. Welcome to the Mir Sohil. Very well done, guys. The correct answer for this passage is, for this question is option number C. A reduction of consumption of meat and reducing the consumerism would help in mitigation of greenhouse gases, which is given in the above paragraph. Very good. Second question, guys. Why do we continue to depend on the fossil fuels heavily? Inadequate technological development, inadequate funds for research and development, or inadequate availability of alternative sources of energy? I think option number 3 is wrong. It has been mentioned that we have adequate amount of alternative sources of energy. So yes, guys, should be the correct option. Good afternoon, Neha. How are you, dear? Very good, Pranjal. Guys, we can find one wrong option can eliminate many of the choices that we have. So if we see that option number 3 is incorrect, I think we can eliminate option number D, option number C, option number B. Correct option is option number A. Very well done, guys. Question number 3, according to the passage, how does the mitigation of greenhouse gases help us? Reduces expenditure on public health, reduces dependence on livestock, reduces energy requirements, or reduces rate of global climate change. The answer was in the last line, guys. Mitigation overall has huge co-benefits such as lower air pollution and health benefits, higher energy security, and greater employment. That was the see, mitigation of greenhouse gases will not reduce dependence on livestock. It is the other way around. A reduction of dependence on livestock will help in mitigation of greenhouse gases. So that's why it's wrong. Reduces energy requirements. That is not true. It says air pollution, health benefits, higher energy security. That means it will help in saving the energy and greater employment. But reduces energy requirement, that is not true. Correct option is option number 1, expenditure on health and rate of global change. Correct option is option number D, guys. Okay, Ganesh says many passage work come from environment, social issues, education, where we can find out the sources, whether it is Hindu or PYQ. Uh, it's both, Ganesh. PYQ are the passages. You can understand that many of these, I think most of these passages are either based on economic or social issues, right? So you can find, you can just Google topics or articles on economic and social issues of India, right? So you will get many passages like that. And previous year questions are also very relevant because they'll give you the level of difficulty and the type of questions they frame in front of you. Got it, Ganesh? So both are helpful here. Guys, that was the homework passage. Now let's start with today's passage. So these are some new passages that we'll be taking up today. Let's read it together and let's try to solve them, guys. The first passage, we have to find a logical and rational inference, right? Okay, guys, let's read the passage. I'm a scientist, privileged to be somebody who tries to understand nature using the tools of science. But it is also clear that there are some really important questions that science cannot really answer, such as why is there something instead of nothing? Why are we here? Right? These are very basic questions which science cannot answer. In those domains, I have found that faith provides a better path to answers. I find it oddly anachronistic that in today's culture, there seems to be a widespread presumption that scientific and spiritual views are incompatible. The author believes that people are very, they are living very extreme lives. Either they believe in science or they believe in religion, spiritual knowledge. But he believes that even after being a scientist, how can you cannot answer every question with the help of science. So there should be a balance. There should be a balance between science and spiritual views. They should be compatible, right? So let's read the options, guys. So what is the inference? It is the faith and not science that can finally solve all problems of mankind. I don't think so. Science and faith can be mutually complementary if their proper domains are understood. Yes, there are some very fundamental questions which cannot be answered by either science or faith. Or D, in today's culture, scientific views are given more importance than spiritual views. Yes, guys. What is the correct inference that the author wants to convey? No, Mir Sohil. Correct option here is, guys, option number B. See, he's saying, look at the last line. I find it oddly anachronistic that in today's culture there seems to be a widespread presumption that scientific and spiritual views are incompatible. But what he believes is both have different domains. There are questions that science can answer, and there are questions religion can answer. So they have different domains. So that's what he wants to convey. Science and faith can be mutually complementary if their proper domains are understood. Yes, very good, Neha. The correct option is option number B. Very well done, guys. All right, guys. कोई बात नहीं, गलत हुआ, कोई इशू नहीं है, but we should learn from our mistake. It is nowhere said that scientific views are given more importance. There are very fundamental questions which cannot be answered either by science or by faith. That is not given in the passage. All right. All right, guys. Let's move to question number 2. Passage 2. The author wants India to rid herself of certain past bonds because. All right, let's read the passage and let's find out the answer for this question. Though I have discarded much of past tradition and custom, and am anxious that India should rid herself of all shackles that bind and contain her and divide her people, and suppress vast numbers of them, and prevent the free development of the body and the spirit. Though I seek all this, yet I do not wish to cut myself off from the past completely. I'm proud of that great inheritance that has been and is ours, and I'm conscious that I too, like all of us, am a link in that unbroken chain which goes back to the dawn of history, the immemorial past of India. क्या कहना चाह रहा है author? कि देखो कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं जो पुरानी, जिनसे हमें अपना रिश्ता तोड़ लेना चाहिए, दामन छुड़ा लेना चाहिए, मतलब ऐसे स्टीरियोटाइप से, ऐसी बुरी आदतें जैसे सती प्रथा हुआ करता था, छुआछूत, रेसिज्म, discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, religion, creed, color, right? So ये सब हमें छोड़ देना चाहिए, लेकिन ये भी कह रहे हैं एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जिससे मैं जुड़ा भी रहना चाहता हूँ, जो मेरे पास्ट कल्चर है, हेरिटेज है, जो हम इतनी अच्छी अच्छी चीज़ें भी हैं हमारे कल्चर में, जिससे मुझे रिश्ता नहीं तोड़ना चाहिए। ठीक है, तो वो ये दोनों व्यू हैं उसके कि बुरी चीज़ों को छोड़ दो और अच्छी चीज़ों को रखो, ये कहना चाह रहा है वो। But the question is, the author wants India to rid herself of certain past bonds because he is not able to see the relevance of the past. There is not much to be proud of. He is not interested in the history of India, or they obstruct her physical and spiritual growth. Very well done, guys. Guys, everybody has to answer here. गलत हो जाए कोई बात नहीं, but at least answer the passage so that you get to know whether you are right or wrong. Very well done, guys. Very clearly mentioned that there are certain bonds because they obstruct her physical and spiritual growth. Very good, Pranjal. Very good, Lakshmi. Upendra, very good. Neha. Veer Sohel, very good. Ganesh. So guys, once you actually understand the passage, because सिर्फ पढ़ना is not the question, not the point. Point is to understand. हर वर्ड का, हर पॉइंट का, हर एक छोटे से वर्ड का एक मतलब है और उसी पे क्वेश्चन बनते हैं यहाँ पे. वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. चलो गाइस, नेक्स्ट पैसेज पे चलते हैं. In this passage we have to find which of the given assumptions is correct or not, right? Chalo, let's read the passage. All actions to address climate change ultimately involve costs. ये बात है कि भाई कुछ भी अगर क्लाइमेट चेंज को के लिए हमें करना है तो उसमें पैसे लगेंगे. फंडिंग इज द वाइटल Funding is vital in order for countries like India to design and implement adaptation and mitigation plans and projects. फंडिंग बहुत ज़रूरी है इंडिया जैसी कंट्री के लिए ताकि वो डिज़ाइन और इम्प्लीमेंट कर पाए एडेप्टेशन एंड मिटिगेशन प्लान्स एंड प्रोजेक्ट्स. Problem is more severe for developing countries like India, which would be one of the hardest hit, which would be one of the hardest hit by climate change, given its need to finance development. तो इंडिया जैसी कंट्री के लिए बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लमेटिक डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज जैसी इंडिया है, क्योंकि वो सबसे ज़्यादा अफेक्ट है क्लाइमेट चेंज से, क्योंकि वो अभी फाइनेंशियल डेवलपमेंट की ज़रूरत है उन्हें. Most countries do indeed treat climate change as a real threat and are striving to address it in a more comprehensive and integrated manner with the limited resources at their disposal. तो बहुत ज़्यादा कंट्रीज इसको एक ट्रीट कर रहे हैं क्लाइमेट चेंज को एज अ रियल थ्रेट एंड दे आर स्ट्राइविंग टू एड्रेस इट इन अ मोर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव एंड इंटीग्रेटेड मैनर विद द लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज एट देयर डिस्पोजल. जितना भी कर पा रहे हैं उसके लिए वो जितना कोशिश कर रहे हैं उतना कर रहे हैं कि वो उसके लिए काम करें. So which are the following assumptions, guys? Climate change is not a challenge for developed countries. No, climate change is a complex policy issue and also a development issue for many countries. Right? Ways and means of finance must be found to enable developing countries to enhance their adaptive capacity. Yes, guys. Very good, Ish. Very good, Lakshmi. Very good, Neha. Very good, Franjal. Can see option number 1 is contradictory. This is a challenge for all the countries, developed and developing together. Whereas option number 2 and 3 are absolutely correct, valid as according to the passage. Correct option is option number C. Can eliminate one and rest is easy to find out. So correct option is option number C, guys. Very well done, Upendra, Mir Sohail, Pranjal. Good job, guys. All right, guys, moving on to the next passage. Passage number 4. We have to find the most crucial and logical inference from the passage. Okay. So let's read the passage, guys. Cooking with biomass. Biomass हमें पता है ना, गोबर से, लकड़ी से, या गोबर से, गोबर तो नहीं, वो तो बायोफ्यूल्स होता है, लकड़ी से कुकिंग होती है गाँव में. कुकिंग विद बायोमास एंड कोल और कोयले से इन इंडिया इज नाउ रिकग्नाइज टू कॉज मेजर हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स विद women एंड चिल्ड्रन इन पुअर populations फेसिंग द ग्रेटेस्ट रिस्क. गरीबों को सबसे ज़्यादा रिस्क है उसका. There are more than 10 lakh premature deaths each year from household air pollution due to polluting cooking fuels, with another 1.5 lakh due to their contribution to general outdoor air pollution in the country. 10 lakh वैसे और 1.25 lakh additionally. Although the fraction of the Indian population using clean cooking fuels such as LPG, natural gas and electricity is slowly rising, the number using polluting solid fuels as their primary cooking fuel has remained static for nearly 30 years at about 70 crore. A huge number, guys. Okay, so what is the logical inference that can be made from the passage? Let's read the options. Rural people are giving up the use of polluting solid fuels to their increasing awareness of health hazards. Subsidizing the use of clean cooking fuels to solve the problem of India's indoor air pollution. India should increase its import of natural gas and produce more electricity. Or access to cooking gas can reduce premature deaths in poor households. India should increase import of natural gas and produce more electricity. Has it anywhere been mentioned, Bhagyashri? No. I was confused between B and D. Subsidizing the use of clean cooking fuels will solve the problem. India's indoor air pollution or access to cooking gas. That is a better presentation. Can reduce premature deaths in poor households. There are a lot of premature deaths, and if people have access to cooking gas, then that can be reduced, right? So subsidizing and access, two different words, guys. Be very careful while choosing your options. Will it definitely solve the problem of indoor air pollution? But it can reduce. Now he is saying access to cooking gas can reduce premature deaths. Correct option here was option number D. That is the inference that can be taken, that there are a lot of deaths due to indoor pollution. Yes, Lakshmi, B seems to be more on the extreme end. क्या करें, सब्सिडाइज होने से ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगी. That may not be definitely true, right? But access to cooking gas, it can reduce premature deaths. ये जरूर सच है, right? थोड़ा सा चॉइस की बात हो जाती है. When you practice, then you can understand के how to make those choices. All right, guys, moving on to the next passage and last passage for today. कोई बात नहीं, गलतियों से सीखते हैं. चलो guys, passage number 5. Which one of the following is the most important implication of the passage? All right, let's read the passage. Scientific knowledge has its dangers, but so has everything great. Every great thing. हर चीज़ का साइंस के खतरे भी हैं, लेकिन हर ग्रेट चीज़ का खतरे तो होते ही हैं. Over and beyond the dangers with which it threatens the present, it opens up as nothing else can the vision of a possible happy world. A world without poverty, without war, and with little illness. Science, whatever unpleasant consequences it may have, by the way, is in its very nature a liberator. साइंस को यहाँ पे सपोर्ट कर रहा है कि साइंस के नुकसान भी बहुत है. एटम बम बनते हैं, कि यानी क्या क्या किस तरह कितने तरह के वॉरफेयर हैं, ये साइंटिफिक नॉलेज की वजह से है. लेकिन वो क्या कह रहे हैं, ये सब वो हर चीज़ के हैं, वो तो एजुकेशन के भी हैं. ठीक है, कोई भी तरह की डेमोक्रेसी के भी फायदे और नुकसान हैं, राइट. लेकिन वो कह रहे हैं कि साइंस, लेकिन एक ऐसा ऑप्शन है, सिर्फ वही एक चीज़ है जो आगे फ्यूचर में एक ऑप्शन है, मतलब एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, इससे हमें खुशहाल जिंदगी या खुशहाल दुनिया बना सकते हैं, विद लिटिल पॉवर्टी, विदाउट वॉर एंड लिटिल इलनेस. ओके, व्हाट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट implication of the passage? A happy world is a dream of science. Science only can build a happy world, but it is also the only major threat. A happy world is not possible without science, or a happy world is not at all possible with or without science. What do you say, guys? Neha, it's not D. Not at all is an extreme option. साइंस के बिना मतलब दुनिया, खुशहाल दुनिया पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, तो कहीं नहीं दिया हुआ यार. करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज, what can we imply? A happy world is a dream of science. That is the correct option. No Kishan, no Anshu. A happy world is not possible without science. ये कहाँ पे दिया हुआ है? It threatens the present, but it opens up as nothing else can. ये और कोई इतना कारगर नहीं हो सकता है एक खुशहाल दुनिया के लिए जितना साइंस हो सकता है. लेकिन और भी चीज़ें हैं, राइट. स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज देयर, राइट. फिलोसफी इज देयर. हाँ, विद और विदाउट मतलब चाहे हो चाहे ना हो, फिर तो मतलब वो क्या कह रहे हैं कि खुशहाल दुनिया होना पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. यहाँ देखो उसका मतलब क्या है. हैप्पी वर्ल्ड इज नॉट एट ऑल पॉसिबल विद और विदाउट साइंस. कि चाहे साइंस हो चाहे ना हो, दुनिया कभी खुशहाल हो ही नहीं सकती. ये तो कोई लॉजिक ही नहीं होता, सपोर्ट ही नहीं कर रहा, किसी भी नोशन को सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा है तो पैसेज में. करेक्ट नेहा? करेक्ट ऑप्शन वाज ऑप्शन नंबर ए. Only and only, again extreme option, a happy world is not possible without science. Right, that is also an extreme option, but a happy world is a dream of science. That is a mild way of saying this, that this is what we aspire to achieve from science. What about our class time every day? क्या हुआ गणेश? हर रोज 12 PM पे होती है क्लास. तो मंडे, ट्यूसडे, वेडनेसडे क्वांट्स रीजनिंग होता है, एंड थर्सडे फ्राइडे इंग्लिश होता है. 12 PM every day on this channel. Quants and logical reasoning. I think we will look into this, and we'll try to resume the sessions very soon. Okay, I'll talk to the concerned faculty and let's see what's the matter. And guys, this is the homework passage for you today. This is the homework passage, and you can get the PDF of this session in the Telegram group of our channel, the link of which is given in the description of the video. And before we leave, guys, I would like to inform you about the special offers. We are offering 50% off on our crash course and test series, and which would be really helpful for building up your preparation strategy. Just go through the lectures and you can prepare yourself if you have not done so. Yes, Ganesh, if you wish to purchase, if you wish to join us, please visit us on our communication channel. You can drop us an email at this address, hello@civilstaff.com, or you can give us a call on this number 81462072241. You can note it down. And if you wish to purchase, you can also purchase from our website, that is www.civilstaff.com. Yes, Ganesh, it is the CSAT plan. You can individually buy CSAT as well. Ganesh, you can just give us a call on this number. Yes, Lakshmi, I know it is very helpful. Neha's schedule of the classes is 12 p.m. at noon. Right, so Monday and Tuesday quants, Wednesday reasoning, and Thursday and Friday English. That is a lecture program that we have been running for the past couple of months now. That is previous year, Ganesh. These are previous year, this is a session that we started last year. That was a series. Yeah, that was done last year, Ganesh. This year we have started a new series with updated passages and updated lectures. Every year we run this series before the exam. We start 4, 5, 6 months prior to the prelims, and we run this series so that every day you can come and practice with us and you can ask us any doubts or any questions. Current year is also there, Ganesh. Just look for it in the playlist of this channel, right? All right, guys. So how was the session, guys? Was it useful? Was it beneficial? Please do share your feedback. Do you wish us to improve anything? Do you wish us to change anything in these sessions? Please do let us know. Upendra, these are practice sessions, right? On YouTube, these are only practice sessions. But in the paid course, we have also given you the videos to develop your basic concepts. In the course, I have taught you how to find a conclusion, how to actually find inference, how to actually find assumptions, how to find it, that is it right or wrong, the tricks to find that. And then there are practice sessions, then there are separate lectures on every element of the questions. Then there are level 1, level 2, level 3 passages, then there are previous year questions, and then there are practice questions as well. So there are videos that you can watch according to your choice, and you can develop from basics. Now, on YouTube, we practice these passages. Pre-CSAT, that is on YouTube here. So these practice sessions, these are on YouTube. These are free CSAT sessions. But in the courses, the material is readily available. You can watch, you can develop your basics for quants, reasoning, and English. You can build up your concepts, and then you can start practicing. Right? Thank you, Pranjal. Thank you so much, dear. Achha, what about the fee? Oh, sorry. I read it free. For CSAT course, for this crash course, now the cost was 11,000, but we are offering 50% discount. So this would cost you what? 5,500 for your crash course, right? For test series, again, 50% discount on the given prices. And the code to be used is UPSC 50. Sohail, that's what I was talking about. You need to brush up on your basics first. You must understand what's the difference between inference, assumption, conclusion, corollary, right? And then you have to devise a strategy, find out the tricks, what are extreme options, how to eliminate the options, elimination method, and then you should come to the practice part. Yes, Ganesh, only CSAT section is also there. You just give us a call on this number, Ganesh. You have the number on the screen, 8146207241. So just give us a call, and the backend team will give you the exact detail of any, what are the price details, and what are the offers that we are running right now, and how much you can avail it for. All right. Thank you, Neha. Thank you so much, dear, for the kind words. Chalo guys, that's it for today, right? And do try to attempt your homework passage, and we'll discuss that passage tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. Right? So don't forget to watch the session tomorrow. If you've not subscribed to the channel, this would be really helpful. Guys, don't forget to like the session. Don't forget to share it. It may be helpful for someone who cannot afford it. Right? All right, guys. We learn from something, Mir Sohail, and we best teacher is your mistakes. Your mistakes will teach you much more than anything else. Obviously, it will definitely improve your performance. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on working hard, guys. Happy learning to all of you. Have a great day ahead.